In the last episode.
Stalking is such a strong word. I prefer to think of it more as intense research on one individual.
And so we continue.
Greetings and salutations, comrades. And welcome back to It Moves. In the last episode, I nearly had a heart attack. And this episode, well, Mom's here to save us. What's wrong? Did you have a bad dream? I cried and my mother consoled me. Tears of fear, followed by relief, streamed down my face. Yet through all of the horror and relief, I didn't tell her why I was so upset. I can't explain it, but it was as though whatever had been in that bunk would return, even if I even so much as spoke of it. Whether that was the truth, I don't know. But as a child, I felt as if that unseen menace remained close, listening. My mother lay in the empty bunk, promising to stay there until morning. I remember the next day wanting to go somewhere, anywhere, but in that suffocating room. It was Saturday and I played outside, quite happily, with my friends. Although our house was not large, we were lucky enough to have a long sloping garden in the back. We played there often, as much of it was overgrown and we could hide in the bushes. Climbing the huge sycamore tree which towered above all else, and easily imagine ourselves in the throes of a grand adventure. As fun as it all was, occasionally my eye would turn to that small window in my room. Ordinary, slight, and innocuous. But for me, that thin boundary was a looking glass into a strange, cold pocket of dread. Outside, the lush green surroundings of our garden filled with the smiling faces of my friends. Inside, the feeling of something in that room, watching me play, waiting for the night when I would be alone, eagerly filled with hate. It may sound strange to you, but by the time my parents ushered me back into that room for the night, I said nothing. I didn't protest. I didn't even make an excuse as to why I couldn't sleep there. I still felt that this thing would be enraged if I so much as spoke of it. Another night came. No.
Chapter 3. Factorized.
What the hell? Is that? The door is firmly shut. A huge skull. Yeah, from what? A human ram? A banner on a long pole. It's too old and torn to make out details. Alright, I'm just gonna run. We're in a repeating... A huge skull. Why are your eyes glowing? Stop that. Stop that now! Oh, they're glowing faster. Oh, it's getting... Oh, God! Why wouldn't it be Satan? Some kind of altar. A large fan circulating the stuffy air. What is this, Silent Hill? Looks almost like the lights on the runway at airports. Excuse me. I ate an entire pizza earlier and now I'm all gassy and ugh. And the soda isn't helping. Okay, that looks like a lever. Some kind of machine. Hello. It says hello on the ground. What did I do? What did I do? Did I open up a fence? Not that one. Did I open up the fence over here? No. Alright, well I guess I gotta go further on to see what I actually did. Oh. Really good job on oh! Holy shit! How are you? I'm pretty freaking fantastic. How are you? A picture of some kind of green landscape. The picture isn't too bad of shape to make out any details. This is an RPG game. It's not supposed to be this terrifying. Why? How? Oh! No, because it's perfectly normal to see a slender man wearing an orange burlap sack on his face. What have I done? What did that switch do? Oh, I've opened this. What is that? A creepy mask? Don't just stay there, creepy mask. No! 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 What is... Oh, I hate masks. I told you to stay on the wall. Oh, I'm trying to advance forward and I just seem to be making everything worse. Oh, that's basically all I can say about this game is You don't have anything to say about that pile of skulls? Question mark? No! Oh! Okay. Why am I doing this? I don't know what is next. That. Okay. Now what? Now what? Is that area finally open with the creepy guy and the burlap sack? Where's the guy with the burlap sack on his head? Oh, my nerves are so shot right now. I don't even know what to... I can't... Oh! 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 Oh, God, stop it! Stop that right now! Oh, why did you just suck me into your face? Oh my god. Oh. That wasn't as bad as the second one, but that was still... It's funny how certain words can remain hidden from your mind, no matter how blatant or obvious they are. One word came to me that night, lying there in the darkness alone, frightened, aware of a rotten change in the atmosphere, a thickening of the air as if something had displaced it. As I heard the first casual twists of the bed sheets below, the first anxious increase of my heartbeat at the realization that something was once again in the bottom bunk, that word. A word which had been sent into exile, filtered up through my consciousness. Breaking free of all repression, gasping for air, screaming, etching and carving itself into my mind.
Ghost.
As this thought came to me, I noticed that my unwelcome visitor had ceased moving. The bedsheets lay calm and dormant, but they had been replaced by something far more hideous. A slow, rhythmic, rasping breath heaved and escaped from that thing below. I could imagine its chest rising and falling with each sordid, wheezing, and garbled breath. I shuddered, and hoped beyond all hope that it would leave without occurrence. The house lay, as it had the previous night, in a thick blanket of darkness. I love this soundtrack. This soundtrack is amazing. I really hope you've got headphones on for this, comrades. I'm gonna adjust this to really get the most out of it. There we go. Silence prevailed, all but for the perverted breath of my, as yet unseen, bunkmate. I lay there, terrified. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved. It moved in a way different from before. When it threw itself around in the bottom bunk, it seemed unrestrained, without purpose, almost animalistic. But that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seemed intent on terrorizing a small, young boy, calmly and nonchalantly sat up. Its labored breathing had become louder. Now only a mattress and a few flimsy wooden slats separated my body from the unearthly breath below. I lay there, my eyes filled with tears, a fear which mere words cannot relate to you, or anyone else coursed through my veins. I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so wrong. I imagined what this thing would look like, sitting there, listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination then turned into an unnerving reality. It began to touch the wooden slats which my mattress sat on. It seemed to caress them carefully, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. Then, with great force, it prodded angrily between two slats into the mattress. Even through the padding, it felt as though someone had viciously stuck their fingers into my side. I let out an almighty cry, and the wheezing, shaking, and moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind by violently vibrating the bunk as it had done the night before. Small flakes of paint powdered onto my blanket from the wall as the frame of the bed scraped along it, backwards and forwards. Once again, I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving, caring as she always was. With a comforting hug and calming words which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course, she asked what was wrong, but I couldn't say. I dared not say. I simply said one word over and over and over again. Nightmare. 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 This pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night, I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as to not provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. With each cry, the bed would shake violently, stopping with the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk, seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her son every night. Along the way, I managed to feign illness a few times and come up with other less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed, but more often than not, I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place. The room where the light from outside did not sit right. The room where the light from outside did not sit right. Alone with that thing. With time, you can become desensitized to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that, for whatever reason, this thing could not harm me when my mother was present. I'm sure the same would have been said for my father, but as loving as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares.
Chapter 4. Anger Overload.
Comrades, I'm going to call this an episode. This is probably the best game I have played in a very, very long time. I am very much looking forward to seeing the rest of this game play out. Comrades, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you are enjoying this, leave a like or subscribe. And as always, until next time.